Yo, what's good, Elite Live Streams? We are back. It's your boy Brandon B, Elite Media. How's everybody doing out there tonight? What's good? Wanted to do this live today because there's been a lot since we did our first live, which appreciate everybody who pulled up. The views are going crazy on that right now. But yeah, we were talking about basically the ICE raids and kind of the protests and everything that's going on in LA right now. And I felt like I needed to add a little bit more context since there's been a lot that's happened since then, and another conversation has started. Why are Americans not partaking in these protests? And so I wanted to kind of, bring some clarity to that conversation and kind of talk about this because I think it's a great conversation to have right now. And I got a video here that I think encapsulates kind of exactly the feeling and the vibes that I wanted to kind of bring today. Just because, I think we've all kind of been, especially, in the past, really caught up in this whole black and brown coalition, right? And we all want to be one together, right? But in reality, we all know, especially if you live in the West Coast, especially if you live in LA, that it's just not necessarily true. And that sometimes, in most cases, Latinos are sometimes a little bit more or just as prejudiced, racist as our counterparts, which would be white Americans, right? So I wanted to kind of, just bring some videos to the forefront and kind of react to some of kind of the talking points that some of these Black Americans have made since all this has happened and since everyone's kind of been watching it and seeing kind of just the bubble up, right, and how things are going. I think it's the perfect time now to start doing a video like this where we can kind of react to it and give some commentary on top of what we had already brought to the table, like I said, on the day that, the riots kind of started. So I'm going to pull up this video here real quick, just so we can take a look. And yeah, I'm going to react to it. So let's go. This one is by my boy, Seji Hito, great content creator and YouTuber. If you like his content, if you like pro-black content, go subscribe. Seji Hito, great content creator. So let's go.
What if the idea of black and brown unity is just another lie we tell ourselves to feel safer in a system that was never built for us? Survival ain't the reason they don't side with us. It's preference. Think about it. In prisons, they don't roll with us. On the job sites, they don't hire us. In their homes, they don't want us dating their daughters.
All right, let's start there, right? So he makes a great point just about kind of how Latino culture insulates itself, right? And they are looking out for them first, right? And of course, like with that being said, I have no problem with that, right? You do what you have to do for your people. I have no problem with that. But all I'm saying is, if this is what's been happening, and there's been a history of this constantly, right? We've been seeing this over and over. You help me understand what's going on. So we'll continue.
And in the courtroom, they often vote for policies against us. But my people want to cling to the few who march like it erases the ones who mock. And before you say that's not all of them, ask one of your Mexican partners what mejora la raza means. It means to improve the race. But improve it how? By whitening it. By erasing blackness. Go on and sit with that for a minute. They dance to our music, they talk like us, they move into our neighborhoods, and we let them. Then they gatekeep jobs, culture, and even respect. And we let them. This ain't about racism, man. It's about rivalry. Because nobody imitates what they pity. They imitate what they envy.
All right. So my brother had, some good things to say right there, right? And that's a great point to make, is just the fact that, there is a little bit of imitation that goes on in the Latino community, and there also is a little bit of jealousy. And like I said, the encapsulation of the culture, meaning like the fact that they are not, right, allowing other people to infiltrate or being able to give opportunities to others, but then at the same time they're expecting the help, right? And so now I think a lot of Black Americans have woken up to this, and I think the de-alienation is happening where we understood that Black folks, within our fight, we always fight for others, and we're always looking out for others, and we're always making sure that everyone else is included in our fight. But I think, at least what I've seen now, is that Black Americans are starting to just focus on Black American issues and thinking about what's best for us and what's best for our community and what's best for our nation moving forward. And sure, there's definitely some ups and downs that we go through in the Black community and things that we have to focus on. But I think the goal, right, is to make sure that we are building within ourselves. And that's a key component here, is the fact that as much as we want to help others, nobody's helping us. So in order for us to help ourselves, we got to worry about ourselves. And if that comes at the expense of anyone else, that's fine, because like I mentioned on the live before, a lot of these people voted for Donald Trump and they wanted him to be the president. So it's hard to have sympathy, right? It's hard to feel sorry for someone who basically did this to themselves, right? And unfortunately, a lot of Black Americans feel the same exact way. And so, like this brother just said, right, those job sites, being out there trying to find a job and going to a warehouse or going to a construction site or going out and getting into also corporate world, okay, they're going to look out for their own. And so all I think Black Americans are doing now is starting to keep the same energy, right? We are tired of everyone else, being able to look out for themselves, being able to grow their nations, being able to grow themselves. But then at the same time, we're over here still struggling. We're over here still asking for things that we haven't gotten. You know what I'm saying? Injustices that we still have problems with, that still need to get fixed right now, that are not getting fixed. And we're supposed to go out there and fight another fight on top of the one that we are already fighting, right? So yeah, sure, it may seem a little harsh. It may seem a little, hard to understand. But as Black people, as Black Americans, we have taken a stance now that we are going to look out for ourselves. And we're going to focus on ourselves, because no one else is going to help us. No one else is going to focus on us. No one else is going to give us the work. So we have to create it on ourselves. We have to put that on ourselves, on our own shoulders. And so when I'm looking around and I'm seeing all these, people talking about, oh, where's the Black community? Why aren't they fighting with us? Well, it's because, like this brother just said, there might have been a little competition. So let's go back just so you guys can, really hear that last part, because that last part was really good about what this brother was saying. So let me pull this up. Y'all can see exactly, the whole scale here. Let's go.
And before you say that's not all of them, ask one of your Mexican partners what mejora la raza means. It means to improve the race. But improve it how? By whitening it. By erasing blackness. Go on and sit with that for a minute. They dance to our music, they talk like us, they move into our neighborhoods, and we let them. Then they gatekeep jobs, culture, and even respect.
All right? Gatekeep jobs, culture, and respect. Okay? And that's facts. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to fight to get a person, who's supposed to be a person of color to even respect us, to even give us any type of, love or support. So you're telling me that with all that data, all that time, all that history, and then of course you guys voting for Donald Trump, all things considered, and then we're supposed to go out of our way now to make sure that you guys are good. I don't know, man. I mean, I know that, we all try to be fair and we all want to, do things the right way, but I just don't know. Is that the right way to go about it? I don't know. Especially if they're thinking, like he said, the betterment of their race. The betterment of their race, not the betterment of people, not the betterment of the world, the betterment of their race. So pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying?
And we let them. This ain't about racism, man. It's about rivalry. Because nobody imitates what they pity. They imitate what they envy. Deep down, they know what we got can't be copied. So maybe it ain't hate. Maybe it's hidden competition. Maybe
That's one as well that I think is underrated. Is like we live in a human world. Everybody's competitive, and so of course, if you come in right from a different country and you see how Black people are being treated, right, and you feel like you're on the other side of that, what are you going to do? You're going to assimilate to white culture. You're not going to try to build alliances and build rapport and gain some actual support within your own, right, of the oppressed, right, of the minorities. No, what you did was you tried to assimilate to white culture. You tried to make sure that you guys were on that side of things. You guys are anti-Black. Anything anti-Black. We don't do that. We don't do this. We don't do that. I am not Black, right? I know Black, right? That's a real thing. So if that's a real thing, then please help me understand, like, how Black Americans are supposed to support what's happening right now, because of course, like, this is not an easy task by any means, and of course, like, how hard this must be for anyone to be able to navigate through. But on top of that, like I said, with Black Americans already having our own issues and things that we have to worry about, how can we have the time to worry about anything else? Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So he continues, man.
Maybe it ain't ignorance. Maybe it's inherited bias. Or maybe Blacks was never meant to look for allies. Just remember who we are. I love my people. I hope y'all safe out there, and I hope you get home safe. And y'all have a good day.
All right, and that's true. At the end of the day, we all we got. Black Americans are we all we got. We have no allies. So with that being said, the goal is to focus on ourselves. We don't have time to be worried about anybody else right now. We don't have the capacity or the resources to worry about anybody else. Black Americans got to worry about Black Americans. And if that, makes someone feel some type of way or whatever, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, this is something that we have to accept as a people. And we're going to do what we got to do. That's just facts. So there's a second part here, which I loved as well. Another content creator who was reacting to this. So I want to talk on some of her points as well. So Hito put together a great video. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one. So let's hear this.
While I'm on the subject, let me go ahead and get this up off my chest so I can finish getting ready for work. Well, when you're done with us, they're going to come after Black people. We fought for your rights. Oh, please. Is any of y'all cool? When have Black people ever not been the target of their destructive way?
Okay, this is a fact. All right, as Black folks, we've been dealing with this since the beginning of time, y'all. Since we got here as descendants from Africa, brought here on boats, going through slavery, going through Jim Crow, going through the entire diaspora of how Black slaves, African slaves were brought here. We've gone through so much over so many generations. You think they're gonna come for us? When did they stop, bro? When did they stop, bro? I still get pulled over for no reason, bro. Just because I'm a Black dude in a nice car and I look good. I'm a handsome dude. Oh, let me pull this guy over. Right. For sure. All the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a part of the Black experience, the Black American experience, okay? Because at the end of the day, every single day is a battle against white supremacy if you are a Black American. And we know that. We already know what time it is. So for people to try to play this game of, oh, they coming for y'all next. When did they stop coming, bro? Pause. But when did they stop coming? Like, I need to understand, because there was never a time when Black folks were not the target of their destruction and their, objective to hold back or to oppress. So miss me.
Black people have been targeted since they genetically mutated, and you let them convince you that we're the problem. Now look at you. We have been, are now, and will always be the target. The difference is Black people stay raped. We ain't got a dick rape. Fought for our freedoms? You want to talk about fighting for freedoms? You think the civil rights movement was just about Black people?
She getting to it on y'all because that's so real. Like, people really think that the civil rights movement was just about black people. No, it was about all minorities and including women. All right. So you feminists out there, you guys also benefited from the civil rights movement. And you guys also voted for Trump. But that's another thing. But back to the point, okay? The civil rights movement benefited Latinos directly, okay? Directly benefited them, all right? There was a great migration during that time, during the civil rights era, when Latinos were coming from Mexico to California. And they like to always talk about, oh, this was our country first. Sure. But help me understand how you guys learn Spanish. Who taught you guys Spanish? The colonizer taught you Spanish, didn't he? It was his land too, motherfucker. Let's go.
We have a long history of fighting for everybody. Everything my ancestors gave their lives for benefited everybody. And in the space of a 3-minute vote, you threw it down the drain. And we
all right. Bingo, right there. Okay. Everything that everyone had fought for, everything like that, there was a time that was spent for this, thrown away because they wanted to vote for Trump. All right, let's see who's this guy? Ansurio G, can you show any clips of Mexicans asking black people to help? Can we please see a video? Oh, I got you, bro. Please believe that, because guess what? This is a part of a reaction. Okay, so people aren't saying this just because, bro. So give me a second. Let me get to my point here first before I get to yours, homie. Welcome to the stream, though, and since you're here, subscribe. Yeah, so now as I get back to my point, like this young lady said right here, man, she's making it clear that at the end of the day, when it came down to the fight that black people did, y'all want to play games. Y'all want to act like y'all didn't benefit from this shit. Being here was on the back of black American blood, family. Don't try to shame us about what we supposed to be doing when at the end of the day, we've been fighting for 400 years, homie.
We owe you? You think we owe you something? You think using white nationalist talking points and racism and gaslighting is going to get us out there in the streets with you? Nah, you hoes ain't cool.
All right? Off top. You cannot shame us anymore. You cannot tell us what to do, bro. We're not your little protest dogs, family. We here for more than that, my dude. And at the end of the day, like, we came here with the objective to grow not only just the black community, but the world at large, right? For what? Black unity. And not only that, unity around the community. All right, we live with not only just black folks. We live with Asian people. We live with Latinos. We live with anyone who comes from different countries, right? So let me understand that. Help me understand, guys. Like, why are you guys putting it on us when we still have a fight to fight for ourselves, family? I don't get it, bro. You guys are playing games, and that's why I loved what the next brother had to say, because he just came with straight facts, bro. He didn't play with y'all. He didn't say, oh, this, that. He wasn't being no. These are straight facts. So let me let my brother go ahead and say what he got to say.
That they ain't trying to hear that, bro. They've been betrayed so many times, bro. 1877, after federal troops pulled out of the South, bro. Betrayed. 40 acres in a mule, betrayed. You feel me? Jim Crow, betrayed. Redlining, betrayed. Every promise that this country has made to them has been a false promise. And now we need y'all to stand with us while we march. Leave them people alone. They ain't trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear that.
All right. Off top. off top. Like we've done enough. We've done everything that needs to be done, y'all. What else do you guys want from us, family? What else? I need to understand what y'all want from us, because at the end of the day, this brother made a great point. Like, we've done everything that needs to be done, bro. We was out here marching. We was out here doing everything that we needed to do, bro, to make it clear to y'all that we wanted some unity among not only just Black folks, but the entire community, Latinos and Black. We went out of our way all the time, bro, to try to include Latinos in the fight. And every turn, Latinos are telling us they're anti-Black. We don't want anything to do with the Black community. We don't want anything to do with that. We're good. So what do you expect from us now, bro? I need help, man, because at the end of the day, like, when we're out here busting our butts, trying to, do the fight, not only for ourselves, but for everyone in our community, which is Latinos, which is Asians, what do? Every time Asians treating us some type of way, every time I go into a Mexican shop, they acting like I'm about to steal something. What's up with that? Help me understand, bro. Help me understand why Mexican gangs we hunting down Black folks. And everybody in LA understands Black and Mexican politics. So don't hop on here trying to tell me what somebody asking for or this or that, bro. I ain't got time for this, man. Because at the end of the day, if you from California, you understand the politics and how effed up this stuff is out here, and how Mexicans treat Black people every single day, bro. Try to come on here and tell me something, bro. What you mean, bro? Where you from, homie? I'm from LA, dog, and I see it every freaking day. So let him continue, bro.
Because they know how prevalent racism is in our community. And they know how y'all talk about them when they ain't in the room.
All right, we're not stupid. Like, that's the thing. Like, we're not stupid. We know what you guys say about us, family. We know what you guys do. We know how you guys are moving, bro. We understand that. Like, okay, well, if real people didn't care about color, bro, then why are people racist? Like, you sound crazy, bro. Like, what are you talking about? If real people didn't care about color, how is there still racism, bro? Answer the question. Cause I don't see what you see, dog. I live in reality. I'm in the streets, bro. I'm out here, dog. I'm living in the real world. This ain't just no internet shit for me. I'm not no internet guy. All right. I got on the internet after living in real world, family. I got something to say, sure, but bro, like, this is real world shit, dog. Like, I understand like what the fuck is going on, bro. You can live in like wherever the hell you live in, that little bubble you at, bro. But I'm keeping it real right now, dog, because that's what we do on the media. We ain't out here sugarcoating no narratives, family. So it is what it is. Yeah. Be sorry, I don't care, dog. But I just gotta break that shit down from a real standpoint, bro. We gotta keep it truthful. So he gonna continue.
And they know that now y'all got y'all N-word wake up, didn't y'all? Y'all got that Paul Mooney N-word wake up call, and now y'all want to scream unity and solidarity. Nah, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. The people that have been working together will continue to work together. The people that have empathy for your plight and your situation will continue to have empathy for your plight and situation. But don't try to convince people to come join your side. Like, oh, it's always been. They don't feel. They don't care.
Right there, bro. People who are living in the real world know what's up. They not finna sugarcoat this, bro. They not finna play these games with y'all. Oh, where you? No. We know what time it is, bro. We got to worry about Black American business. We got enough on our plate. We got enough coming. You feel me? They trying to do a lot behind the scenes, bro. We ain't stupid, man. I don't understand why people be acting like Black folks are so stupid, bro. This is 2025, man. Y'all need to understand what's really going on in the real world, bro. And Black folks is too smart. We understand the play now. We was out there doing them George Floyd protests, and we saw who was out there. We saw who was fighting with us. And it was just us. It wasn't nobody else. Everybody else was talking crap about what black people was doing. Oh, they're looting. Oh, they're stealing. They're losing their mind. They're burning down their community. We saw all that. Y'all don't think we saw all that and we peeped it? We peeped game, bro. We ain't stupid, family. So guess what? The chickens have come home to roost, and now it's your turn, bro. This is what happens in the real world. This is divine intervention. Y'all play with God and think it's a game. It's not, bro. It's not a game. The tables always turn, dog. Karma is real. And as much as people tried to downplay what black people was going through and our plight and everything that we was going through, guess what? Now it's your turn, bro. Time for your wake-up call to understand who the real enemy is, bro. Y'all thought that you could align with them and it was gonna be okay, but it's not. And now you guys are so up in arms. Oh, show me the proof of Mexicans asking for your help. What? Now I'm about to cook your ass because I'm about to show you right now, bro. But anyway, at the end of the day, like, it's crazy that people will hop on here and they'll try to change the narrative so quickly. Try to change the narrative. Oh, it's this, it's that, it's black people doing this. It's oh no, that's not true. All right, okay, it's not true. All right, for sure. All right, it's not true. Okay, so y'all help me understand what this is then. If Mexicans are not asking for black people help. Y'all help me understand what this young lady doing right here, because she look Latino to me, don't she?
You just accept that. This is not, bro. This is so unreal. And how can people just lack compassion? How? Why can't you just imagine yourself just waking up one day with your family not there anymore? So LA businesses are getting raided.
All right, let me stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there real quick. Because when she just said that her family's going missing, does she not understand what slavery was? Does she not know the history of Americans and what they did to black people? Does she not understand what happened to Emmett Till for supposedly looking at a white lady? They dragged that boy out of his house. And this wasn't no police officers. This wasn't ICE. This was motherfucking racists down the street, bro. What's wrong with y'all? Why don't y'all understand history? Do you guys not study history? What's wrong with y'all? Like, I don't get it. But that's what I just said. If it doesn't affect you directly, you don't think about it. You don't care about it. It's okay, whatever, right? And I hope you're still in here, Ansorio, because look what she's talking about. This is her. She just said it right now. So I hope you're watching, bro, because she's saying exactly what you just said that no one is saying. No Latinos are saying this.
By ICE, or some people that are wearing stuff that says ICE on it with their faces all covered up. People are getting ran over. Shots are being literally fired, literally. And this is life right now. We're not going to get treated like humans because they don't see us like humans. They lack compassion. How can you lack compassion? How?
Because you guys didn't have compassion for others yourself. That's why. Do you think that those things will be offered to you if you don't offer them in return? That's not how this works. In the universe, universal law, I give, you receive. I receive, I give. It's not just receiving. I'm sorry, guys. You got to do something for me, and then I'll do something for you. That's how we moving. That's how Black Americans is moving now. We done took too many false promises. We done listened to too many people telling us, oh yeah, this is going to come through. This is going to come through. And we tired of that shit, bro. Either you're going to do something for us or we're not going to do nothing for you. That's just how it is. And if you don't like it, that's too fucking bad. But at the end of the day, and Swario, whoever you are, bro, this just proves my point. You just got cooked, bro. Trying to come on here talking crazy, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, If you're saying that's it, then no, bro, you're delusional, family. I don't know what's wrong with you, dog, but you really need to listen to your fellow Latina right
I
here.
understand that you're trying to get criminals out. Why are you going to workplaces where people are just trying to work? That doesn't make sense.
Because they are there illegally. They were not supposed to be here. They didn't do the proper paperwork. It's very simple. It's very simple. And the fact that people are trying, like, oh, they're targeting people. He told you he was going to do this. Why didn't you guys listen? Why didn't you guys listen when people were trying to tell you guys what was going to happen? No, but you guys think you're so freaking smart. You think you're so freaking smart that you think you can outsmart a racist, powerful white man who already told you to your face what he was gonna do. He said as soon as he gets in here, he get y'all up out of here. Y'all didn't listen, bro. Y'all thought it was a game. Y'all thought he was messing around, and he went ham on y'all immediately, as he said he was going to do. And so now everyone wants to be shocked, but you guys voted for this, so I don't feel shocked at all.
You're running us over, you're shooting us, all because of the color of our skin.
Baby girl, that's been happening to black folks over 400 years. There's black people getting shot in the back right now in some off in city right now, getting harassed by some motherfucking police, something crazy. You already know. So when people play these games, don't play these games, man. I don't like that shit, dog. You're coming on here and you're just saying anything. That's what you guys are doing. You're just coming on social media saying anything, and we debunking it every day.
All because we have culture, we brought it here, and we are who we are, and we love it here, and we help people here. That's what we're known for.
No, you guys are known for helping yourselves. That's why no one's helping. Unfortunately, you know, that's just the name of the game, and you guys made it clear that you guys only wanted to look out for yourself, and so people took heed, and they said, "All right, bet," and they took that and they ran with it. So look, I also wanted to talk something else too. I saw that people were saying, why isn't the Asian community saying anything, right? Why is the Asian community coming out and sticking up for Latinos, right? And I also wanted to look into that, and I found a few, you know, reaction videos that kind of talked and found, you know, a few content creators who are Asian, and they had something to say about this. And so let's look at these videos that I, you know, want to kind of put together, you know, and we're gonna definitely just chop it up real quick about the Asian community and what they have to say about this. So let's take a look at this brother right here, and let's see what he has to say.
We support the deportations of illegals. It is honestly tiring, because here's the thing: we want the country to be better. We want the country to be better.
Has decided to watch the.
All right, so off top, we already telling y'all they support the deportation. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that, like, this is kind of where everyone's kind of going, I guess, maybe, you know, but it is what it is, man. This is just how, you know, how it is. And I want you guys to understand that it ain't just black folks, okay? This is the Asian community too, so let's hear it.
I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody, but it's like I've been seeing so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole riots in LA and all. We support that. So what is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals. It is honestly tiring, because here's the thing: we want the country to be better. We want the country to be better. We want the country to, you know, you know, if you did it legally, if you stand in line, if you paid the price, right, you paid the money and all that, you did all the process, the paperwork, all the stuff, which usually most Asian people do.
All right. So he's saying, hey, you come here legally, we messing with you. Do not get up out of here. That's what he's saying from the Asian community. That's what they're saying. So what is there to say, bro? Like, what do you guys want to say? Like, this is pretty much the truth, man. And the truth gonna smack you in the face. That's just how it goes sometimes. But when you're kind of just lost, right, in the shuffle, and a lot of people are lost in the shuffle, they're not thinking logically. And logically, yeah, a lot of people are gonna say, yo, just like he said, yo, we're trying to better the country. We're trying to clean it up. We need people here who are here legally. All right, that's his stance. Let's continue.
Why would we care about someone jumping in line, crossing the border, and all that stuff? Why should we, you know, be happy about that? We're not really. This is the thing where we're not really dependent. Asian people aren't really dependent on, you know, migrant labor, right? Not like other people. We're not really dependent on migrant labor. So we're not gonna cry that the U.S. is pretty much backing what they promised. The U.S. promised, or this presidency promised, that they would deport illegal immigrants. They do.
All right, that goes back to my point, the original point, the whole lie from last on Sunday. They voted for this. Okay, this was a unanimous vote. Everyone voted for this. They wanted this. And so when you want something like this, what are you supposed to do? What are we going to do? Get in the way of what you want? No. We're going to support you. Do whatever you want, bro. That's what you wanted, right? This what y'all wanted. This what y'all wanted. This what y'all got. So I don't understand why everyone's so like surprised that this is happening. Like, no, this was what you guys wanted. And of course, yeah, it sucks. Yes, it's going to get messy. And of course it's going to get worse. But to try to make it seem like, oh, you know, black folks need to do something. What about Asian people? Asian people don't want to do nothing. He just said it right here. I'm good. If you come legally for sure. But like, if you're not here legally, get the fuck out. That's what he just said, bro. So I don't understand like what is going on with people trying to make, you know, black Americans feel bad about us not getting involved in this. But clearly Asians don't want no part in this neither. All right. They clearly don't.
Why are you crying? Why are you crying about it? This is the thing where, you know, you see it like these immigrants are waving the flags of other countries, burning down the flag of the U.S., and then you think Asian people want to support that?
Listen, man, I don't support anything of like, you know, you got your own flag, that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that. Do your thing. It's your right as an American, right? Burning the American flag, though, I thought that was a federal offense. I thought that was like, you can go to jail for that. I don't know if that's still true. Somebody in the chat can let me know. But yeah, if you want to stay here, I don't know. I would not do that if I wanted to stay in a country. Why would I burn the flag of said country if I wanted to stay? Making stuff up just to make it up. Bro, there's videos of people burning the flag, bro. Are you okay? I think I'm gonna block you, bro, because like you're just like you're there's something wrong with you, dude. Because you're clearly just trolling at this point, and like I don't have time for trolls. Like I'd rather have 0 people like that than like a troll who's just here like, you know, delusional about the truth. But yeah, so continuing, like he said, burning the flag, not a good thing. We shouldn't do that. Why would anybody want to be associated with that? He's right.
No, they want to stay away from that. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. That's the thing. Asian people want to, you know, focus on themselves and their community and their country. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. So really, stop asking Asian influencers to speak up about it, because you won't like what they say. You won't like what they say.
Hey, you feel me? Hey, you kept it extra funky. I don't ask Asian influencers to talk about this because you will not like what they have to say. It's pretty straightforward, family. And look, I'm a black creator. Y'all don't like what I got to say about this because, of course, like I said, the politics here in California and LA, especially between black and brown, it's a different vibe. We tried our best to keep it, cool, but we understand what time it is. We know what we did. We understand the passive aggressiveness, the like I said, the gatekeeping, the making sure that we're looking out for our own. We get it. We understand. We're not stupid. So yeah, this Asian brother right here made it clear to y'all. If the Asian community wants no parts in this, they support doing it the right way. All right. So for all y'all out there who are, thinking that this stuff is made up or like whatever the heck you're on, bro, you need to go outside. You need to do some research, family. There's videos of people at these protests burning the American flag. And like I said, you can do whatever you want, fam. I just thought that is illegal. I thought you could get in trouble for that. I thought that's like a federal offense type thing. Now, I don't know exactly the ramifications behind said things, but hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm gonna stay out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just sometimes how it's going. So yeah, it is what it is. It's like, all right, so let's go to another Asian influencer who has something to say about this, and let's see what they got to say. Okay, because apparently, everybody worried about what black people got to say, but what about the Asians? They also a minority.
Learn the hard way, and doing it the easy way has not worked at all.
Where the fuck are all the Asians? The thousands of Asians in LA either wanting to be an influencer in TikTok.
Okay, time to weigh in here. I think that I've seen a couple of TikTok videos like this where they've been calling out the Asians. I'm on the East Coast, they're on the West Coast, so I'm not necessarily there, but they've been calling out Asians for not participating in these protests. And as someone who's been doing this myself, and somebody who's been seeing these, I kind of want to call it out a little bit in the sense that I think it's a little disingenuous to, in my mind, skip to the point. I agree that as somebody who feels solidarity with these community, every repressed community here in America, honestly, because we fight as one, we win as one. I agree with that. But you're kind of forgetting that Asian Americans are not a monolith, especially in that I don't believe that Asian Americans feel solidarity with other communities, especially within our own. For example, there are those who look like me, right? Eastern Asian, right? Chinese.
He's making a great point already. I know he's kind of long-winded, but what he's saying is like, how are the Asian community just supposed to, come together and help Latino community when there's so many subsects within the Asian community, which is facts. There's Koreans, there's Chinese, there's Cambodian, there's Thai, there's Japanese, you feel me? So there's so many wide ranges of what it is considered to be culturally Asian, right? So I love that he makes that point because it's the same with black folks. Like, sure, yes, there are black folks out there who are in solidarity with the Mexican community and with the Latino community at large, for sure. There's some who are right in the middle, more so like me. I'm a little bit more in the middle. And there's some who don't have any association with Mexicans because maybe of their experience personally, the things that they've gone through with Latinos. There are people who are on that side, but just like he said, Asians are not a monolith, just like black people are not a monolith. There's so many different variations and factors that we all come up under, right? So that's a great point, and I love that he brought that up because it makes it makes nothing but sense. Because it's like, how are we supposed to speak up for others when like we low-key don't even mess with each other within our own community?
It's American, Japanese American, Korean American. There are those people in that community who don't look at those who are like Filipino, Viet, or Indonesian are like, hey, you're not part of us. And like that's something we got to address. Right? You know, we got to address our own internal struggles here, like our own internal issues. Actually, it's not good, right? It's not good to feel like that. It's good to feel solidarity at the end of the day, and that is, I feel like these videos are kind of missing the point. You're wondering why these TikTok influencers and Asians aren't going to protest. It's because maybe they believe in Trump. Maybe they're conservative. Maybe they actually are. Maybe not. Maybe they're not conservative. Maybe they're just like moderate at the end of the day, but they don't feel that they're part of this struggle, right? The question is not these Asians should be. Sorry, the statement should not be Asians should go to these protests. The question should be why aren't they going to these protests? Why aren't they not speaking up? That's the question we should ask about our own community. I've seen so many, Asians, which give me honestly the wrong vibe and a little disingenuous, that are like, you should obviously be going out there. If you're not, you're bad. I'm like, it's your POV. Choose how you look at it.
And that's facts. Like, everyone's gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day, and everyone's gonna be passionate about what they want to be passionate about. But like I just made the point, people are not a monolith. Everyone's gonna have their own perspective on things, and when you look at it from that perspective, like I said, this is a very, very complicated topic. A lot of people really do not feel the need to go out of their way to try to, make something happen within, this whole protest, because at the end of the day, there is not a coalition. There is no unity within minorities, because so many minorities at large already have their own problems and things that they've gone through and things that they're dealing with. On top of not only that, having to build and grow and fight against the oppressor on their own terms. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be upset, and yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen within this time frame, right? But it's just funny, like I said, it's just funny that people get so upset when black folks don't want to do nothing, when they can't control us, right? When they talk crazy about us, but then at the same time, like, they want the support, right? And that's where I get off on this side, is like, I really don't think that like people get it, and I think that nowadays we have so many platforms that people can just express their kind of the racial biases and prejudices. It's great because it's a great way to document the BS, right? So I got another video here because I'm cooking today. But I had another video here of this young lady who has a lot to say. And she's in my channel, so I want you guys to hear what she has to say. And the big font, never forget what they said about Black Americans supporting Carmelo Anthony, all right? Listen to this, okay? So I want you guys to know that these are what, a lot of times people are dealing with when it comes to this, all right?
Carmelo Anthony, I'm looking at you funny as hell, because I know and you know that if the roles were reversed, you would not be having that same energy. You would not be singing that same tune. Oh, he got what he deserved. He around and found out. That's why you don't put your hands on nobody. Blah, blah, blah. You would be the same people protesting in the streets. He didn't need to use excessive force. He killed him because he's racist. That's a hate crime. He needs to go to prison. Blah, blah, blah. And we're not buying it. Because we know now, this is proof that you don't operate out of a moral compass. You operate out of a racial loyalty.
All right. So listen, this is what she says, okay? This Latina young lady, all right? Like I said, that's why I love the internet, because it's a time capsule. She said this. She expressed this. No one asked her to say this. No one forced her to say this. Everything that you post is on your terms. You are choosing to push post, okay? Just like I chose to go live today, she chose to post. So I wanted to make it clear, this is what we deal with. We deal with people who walk around with these like racial biases inside of themselves, and they try to play and they try to hide behind like, certain current events and things like that, because they don't want to just own up to the BS and say, hey, you know what, maybe I do have racial biases that are inside of me and maybe I need to work on them. They would rather run from it, right? So I got another video by a very conscious brother who is from the Latino community, and he keeps it extra funky, keeps it extra real with what's going on. So let's listen to him.
We don't want to hear you say it no.
I made that video a couple weeks ago after attending the Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert in Los Angeles, and it quickly gained millions of views. If you go back into that comment section, you will see a lot of Latinos and Hispanics defending their use of the N-word or even just being straight up racist towards black people. Fast forward less than a month later, and Trump and ICE are targeting Latinos and Hispanics in their unlawful ICE raids. This led to a lot of protests around the country, and a lot of black people are deciding to sit this one out. And I cannot be upset with them, because if you go back to the comments in that video, you will see a lot of Latinos and Hispanics defending their use of the N-word and just straight up being racist towards black people.
All right, facts. Whatever you gotta say, however you feel, racism exists in the Latino community. Anti-blackness exists in the Latino community. Okay, they call us N-words, they call us antes, they call us all types of things. Okay, I am not and will never not be aware of these things, okay? And in South America, they use the term negra, right, to describe someone who just has brown skin. They'll call her negra. Why? Oh, that's right. We know why. But it's just like I said, it's like I said, the anti-blackness is real, and people try to make us seem like we're crazy for calling it out. But here's your brother, a Latino brother, who sees it himself and knows it, okay?
The main reason that I made that video in the first place is that there's a lot of racism within the Latino and Hispanic community against black people. And if you don't believe me, just go watch the video, scroll through a couple of comments, and you will see very quickly what I'm talking about.
Hey, man, he ain't telling no lies. Zero lies detected, all right? Zero lies detected. And I wanted to finish with this video because this is the one that brings it all home, okay? Regardless of what y'all got to say, I grew up in LA. I grew up in Huntington Park, California. I grew up in Southgate. I grew up in Pico Rivera, Santa Fe Springs, Santa Ana. Come on, bruh. I know what goes on, family. I went to private school in Santa Ana, California, brother. All right, I wasn't around no regular, Viva la Raza Mexicans. I was around them real Mexicans who making real money. And guess what? They still was racist as heck. All right, getting called the N-word, playing football, bro. It's ridiculous, family. So I'm not gonna sit up here and play these games with y'all and act like this is just something that can be easily digestible. No, this is real talk. And if you got a problem, that's too bad. All right, then let's continue. Let's let this brother finish.
So now a lot of Latinos and Hispanics are getting upset at black people for not wanting to protest. And I say this to my community because maybe you'll hear it better from me, from somebody who looks like you when I say it. If you want black people to join the fight against our oppression, for our struggle, then you need to be there to call out your own community when they're being racist towards black people. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want black people to support you, you need to support black people, even if that means calling out your own community and having some uncomfortable conversations with people you're close to.
Like older Mexican.
That's it. Hey, ain't no better way to end this live than right there, family. All right? Latinos, everyone out there, I want y'all to heed this, okay? If y'all want our support, come support us, all right? Enough with the anti-blackness, enough with the BS. If y'all want the black people support, y'all gotta support black people. It's just that simple, dog, because that's what we at. Like I said earlier in this live, black Americans are not doing nothing without nothing in return. So if you want something from us, you're gonna have to give us something. All right? It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't just gonna be what you want it to be. No. We want something in return. So if you guys want our support, you're gonna have to support black people. You're gonna have to support us. We are in the same community, from the same backgrounds, all that. No. We need that support just like y'all need it. So, salute to whoever came in here, man. We're gonna go ahead and thank everyone who supports Elite Media. I'm Brandon B. This is Elite Live Streams. And we're gonna be back sometime this weekend, of course. That's how we do it. Weekend streamer, during the week streamers, whatever we can get off, we usually put something together. So salute to y'all, much love, and we out. Peace.